guys, welcome to another video. Thanks for joining today. Today I'm going to do a training recap for the last 2 weeks. This is my build-up. This is weeks 5 and 6 of my build-up to try to run the Badger 100 miler that I'm planning to do on August 3rd, 2024 in Orangeville, Illinois. Starts in Orangeville. It'll finish in Belleville, Wisconsin. But so I'm really trying to build up. I'd like to do well at that race. I'm just really looking forward to it. It's a race put on by 10 Junk Miles, which is a podcast I have listened to for probably 7 or 8 years now. And it's put on by those people. So I'm really looking forward to meeting the people. And there's probably 10 or 12 of us from the North Texas area that are going up there that I'll know. So it's going to be fun having support and knowing people along the course. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to it. The past 2 weeks has been a little bit slow as far as training goes. I have definitely been struggling. We've had a lot of rain, so I have not been able to get on the trails much. It has been hot and humid, meaning that most days we've been getting into the 80s, which for this time of year, well, I guess I just have to get used to it. That's probably about going to be the new norm here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But being in the 80s, but being usually 80 to 90% humidity when I go out, it has been rough. The humidity is tough on me, and with that combination of that and the heat, I have definitely struggled. So the last 2 weeks were not quite as smooth, especially last week, the Monday, the 29th, I had done a pretty good run the Sunday the 28th, the last week that I reported on. So on that Monday, I just went out and walked 3.8 miles. On that Tuesday, it was really hot and humid, and I just could not get myself motivated to go out and run. So I got on the treadmill and was going to do a run on it, and I made it about a mile and said, forget this. I just really wasn't interested in running on the treadmill that day. So that's really all I did on Tuesday. Wednesday, I did get out. I ran a little over 7 miles. That went fairly well. Thursday, I went out and I ran a little over 5 miles. That Friday, I went out and I did about 4.7 miles, and I actually did my hill sprints, 8 by 20 second hill sprints with a little bit of recovery between each one. Okay, so it is Friday, May 3rd. I'm out doing a little run. So today I'm just doing a 3 mile warm-up run. I'm a little over 2 miles in, and then I'm going to inject my first little bit of speed, and then I'm going to do some hill reps at the end. So it'll be a pretty short day, probably 4 to 4.5 miles total. And then I've got to go work at the running store today. Hadn't been in probably over about a week. So I know we got some new shoes in. I'm looking forward to seeing. We got the new Experience line from Ultra. Experience Flow, the Experience Form, and the Experience Wild. So I'm looking forward to seeing those for the first time and trying them on. Not sure what else we will have gotten, so it'll be fun to go check it out. Walked 3.8 miles. On that Saturday, I went out and did basically a 3.1 mile run and a 1.3 mile walk, and I think both those went pretty well, even though it was very hot and steamy. That Saturday night, we had a church service that went late into the night into Sunday morning, so I did not get out Sunday. So it was a pretty mild week, a little under 20 miles of running, like just under 9 miles of walking. That's all I did last week. This week, starting Monday, May 6th, I went out on Monday. I did a little over a 5 mile run on Monday.
Okay guys, so today is Monday, May 6th. I just finished my first run in the Ultra Escalante 4s. It was definitely not a quick run. By the time I started it was about 75 degrees outside. It's probably close to 80 now, and the humidity's in the 80s. So a little bit of a soupy run, but the shoes felt good.
Tuesday, I did a little over an 8 mile run, and I did do this on the treadmill. I stuck it out. Again, it was so hot and humid, I decided to run inside. I ran the 8 miles, then I walked outside. I'm like, oh, I should have done it outside. It was nicer out there. And then I walked another 1.3. Wednesday, I went out and I did 5.1. I actually went out early on Wednesday to try to beat the heat, and also I had a colonoscopy on Thursday, so I was only allowed to eat, only able to consume clear liquids all day Wednesday, so I wanted to get the run done before I started feeling weak. And then Thursday after the procedure, I didn't run. So, but Friday I went out, and it was actually a very nice run, because even though it was still close to 80 degrees, the humidity dropped, and instead of being 80 to 90% humidity, it was only in the 40s. 40% humidity, so it actually felt wonderful. I did 5.3 miles. It felt great. I did 7 times 1 minute hard, and my watch had said I should do that workout and average about 7:15 pace in the running periods. I actually averaged 7:13, so I was very satisfied with that. And then I walked 1.3 later that day. Saturday I went out, and again I was enjoying the less humidity. I ran 9.1 miles. I was running through I do a series of little trails and sidewalks that connect parks in the area, and I got up to Parr Park in Grapevine, and I usually cut onto it, and it has a long run to the actual park. But there was construction going on, and they had the trail blocked, and they turned me onto a little road, and I got turned around. I went the wrong direction, and I kind of lost motivation for running, because I was walking around trying to figure out where I was supposed to go. So I ended up just stopping running at 9.1 miles, and I walked home. It actually took me almost 5.9 miles to get home. Walking. So a combined like 15 mile day, but only a little over 9 of it running. And then this morning I went out and I joined the what we call Dirt Church. My running the running store I work for puts on Sunday group runs, and this week was a Mother's Day run. So we had pancakes and mimosas and fruit and everything for everybody, and there were some drawings for the mothers that a couple of them won gift certificates to the store. Anyway, it was very pleasant. I went out and we had to do a shortened loop because of all the rain we've had in the area. The lake was actually up and a lot of our trail was flooded. So we had to do a modified short loop, which was only about 1.5 miles around, and people were doing multiple loops of it. I just ran down, did the loop once, and came back, which ended up being about a 2 mile in total run. But that was it for my week. So I think I ended up with 34.6 miles running and about 8.5 miles running. Not bad, but so that was kind of it. Some plans I made this past week for the upcoming weeks. This coming Friday, I will be volunteering at Blaze Trails. Puts on a race every year called Possum's Revenge. It's out on Possum Kingdom Lake, which is probably a little over an hour west of here. And I'm going to go out on Friday and help mark the trail and help set up for the race. I enjoy doing that, and I think it's a good community thing to do. I have several friends running the race on Saturday. I'm going to follow along, but not running this year, just going to be volunteering. But then I did go and sign up for Coyote Run. That's normally a run that's held in like the third weekend in April. And this year it was April 20th, which was the same day I ran Earth Day Buckle Mania. And it's usually at at Cleburne State Park, which is a beautiful park. But it got flooded and rained out this year, so they had to cancel the race. The race director was able to line up the venue at 60 Ranches, which is also in Cleburne. It's kind of real close to the state park. It's where they put on the 60 race every fall. And so they're doing the rerun of Coyote, but it's actually going to be at 60 Ranch, and that's going to happen on June 8th. And I have signed up. I'm going to do a 50K there, so that'll be my last really long run before the Badger that I'm going to run. Signed up for something, so that is my new plan. Anyway, that was it for my week. My last 2 weeks. It was okay. Not exactly what I'd like, but I'm hopefully getting a little bit more used to the heat. Whether I'll ever get used to the heat and humidity together, who knows? But training's going okay. Anyway, that is it for my update. If you enjoyed it, please consider hitting the thumbs up, the like button. If you're interested in more of my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And other than that, I hope you are having a wonderful day and your training is going well. And keep moving.